What if I told you Japan isn't just neon cities and ancient temples, but a place where people live inside an active volcano, where an entire island is overrun by rabbits, and where a quiet village replaced its population with life-size dolls? It sounds unreal, almost made up. But every place you're about to see is completely real, and most travelers don't even know they exist. Today, we're uncovering Japan's hidden world. And by the end of this video, you'll realize how little you actually know about this country. This is Japan's secret places tourists never see, Aogashima Island, hidden volcano village. Imagine living inside an active volcano. That's everyday reality for the 170 residents of Aogashima Island, located 358 kilometers south of Tokyo in the Philippine Sea. This remote volcanic island is technically a double volcano. A smaller volcanic cone sits perfectly nested within the larger outer crater, creating a landscape that looks almost alien. The village clings to the outer rim, while the inner crater, called Maruyama, releases steam from geothermal vents that residents use for cooking and bathing. Getting here is an adventure itself, requiring either a helicopter ride or a treacherous ferry journey through notoriously rough seas that frequently cancels. The island has no convenience stores, no stoplights, and limited internet. Why visit? Because Aogashima offers something increasingly rare in our connected world: complete isolation with breathtaking natural beauty. The star-filled night skies are unmatched, and the sense of living on the edge of the earth is intoxicating. Tottori Sand Dunes, Japan's desert. Japan and deserts don't usually go together, but the Tottori Sand Dunes defy expectations. Stretching 16 kilometers along the Sea of Japan coast in Tottori Prefecture, these dunes rise up to 50 meters high and extend 2 kilometers inland. They were formed over 100,000 years ago from sediment deposited by the nearby Sendai River, then shaped by wind and ocean currents into constantly shifting hills of sand. The landscape is so un-Japanese that it's been used as a filming location for numerous movies requiring desert scenes. Visit during winter, and you might witness a rare phenomenon: snow-covering sand dunes, creating an otherworldly white-on-beige contrast. The area offers camel rides, paragliding, and sandboarding down the massive slopes. A fascinating museum nearby explains the unique ecosystem where 300 species of plants and insects have adapted to this harsh environment. This is essential viewing because it completely challenges your preconceptions of Japan's geography. Okunoshima, Rabbit Island. Okunoshima's adorable present hides a dark past. This small island in the inland sea is now overrun with over 1,000 friendly rabbits that hop freely and eagerly approach visitors for food. But during World War II, this island was deliberately erased from maps. It housed a secret chemical weapons facility where Japan produced over 6 kilotons of mustard gas and tear gas between 1929 and 1945. The current rabbit population allegedly descends from test subjects released when the facility was destroyed, though this remains debated. Today, the Poison Gas Museum documents this troubling history, while the island has transformed into something completely different. The rabbits are everywhere, on beaches, paths, and ruins of the old factories. No dogs or cats are allowed on the island, and the rabbits have no natural predators, creating a unique ecosystem. It's a must-see because it represents Japan's complex relationship with its wartime history, showing how nature and peace can reclaim even the darkest places. Gunkanjima, abandoned battleship island. From the ocean, Gunkanjima looks exactly like a battleship. hence its nickname, which literally means Battleship Island. Its real name is Hashima, and this abandoned island off Nagasaki was once the most densely populated place on Earth. Between 1887 and 1974, underwater coal mining operations here employed over 5,000 workers who lived in towering concrete apartment blocks on this tiny 6.3 hectare island. At its peak, the population density reached 83,500 people per square kilometer, nearly 9 times that of modern Tokyo. When the coal ran out, everyone left within months, leaving behind a perfectly preserved time capsule of mid-century Japan. The concrete buildings are slowly crumbling, creating a post-apocalyptic landscape that inspired the villain's lair in the James Bond film Skyfall. Tours are now available, though you can only access about 30% of the island due to safety concerns. This haunting monument to industrialization and abandonment offers a sobering reminder that nothing lasts forever. Shiratani Unsuikyo, Moss Forest. Step into Shiratani Unsuikyo on Yakushima Island, and you'll understand why Hayao Miyazaki used this forest as inspiration for Princess Mononoke. This primeval forest is covered in over 600 varieties of moss, creating a thick green carpet that covers every surface: tree trunks, fallen logs, rocks, and the forest floor itself. Some of the cedar trees here are over 1,000 years old, earning them the designation Yakusugi. The forest receives over 4,000 millimeters of annual rainfall, creating constant moisture that sustains the incredible moss diversity. Hiking trails wind through this ethereal landscape where mist frequently rolls in, making the ancient trees appear and disappear like spirits. The silence here is profound, broken only by dripping water and occasional bird calls. The main trail to the moss-covered forest takes about 3 hours round trip through terrain that feels genuinely prehistoric. You must see this place because it represents Japan's spiritual connection to nature. Walking these trails feels less like hiking and more like entering a sacred realm where time moves differently. Nagoro Village, Village of Dolls. Nagoro Village in Tokushima Prefecture has about 27 human residents and over 350 life-size dolls. Local artist Tsukimi Ayano began creating these scarecrow-like figures in 2002 to replace the villagers who died or moved away. Now these cloth dolls are everywhere, sitting at bus stops, working in fields, attending the school that closed decades ago, and even fishing by the river. Each doll represents a former resident, or is placed to recreate village life as it once was. Some are positioned mid-conversation, others look like they're waiting for buses that no longer come. The effect is simultaneously charming, melancholic, and deeply unsettling. Ayano makes each doll by hand, using wire frames and stuffing, dressing them in donated clothes. The village has become known as Kakashi no Sato, Scarecrow Village, attracting visitors curious about this unique art installation that's also a memorial to rural depopulation, affecting much of Japan. You should visit because Nagoro tells a larger story about modern Japan's demographic challenges through a medium that's hauntingly beautiful. Tashirojima, Cat Island. Tashirojima is ruled by cats. This small island in Miyagi Prefecture has a human population of about 80 people, mostly elderly fishermen, but cats outnumber them at least 5 to 1. The cat population thrived because locals believed feeding cats brought good luck and big catches. Cats were thought to predict weather and fish movements. A cat shrine, Nekojinja, sits in the middle of the island, built after a fisherman accidentally killed a cat and felt so guilty he created a memorial. Dogs are banned from the island to protect the feline residents. The cats are semi-wild, but generally friendly, approaching visitors boldly. Most live near the two small ports, Odamari and Nitoda, where they've learned that boats mean fish scraps. The island has limited infrastructure and few accommodations, making it a genuine day trip adventure. Manga artist Shotaro Ishinomori designed cat-shaped lodges here, though they're often booked months ahead. Visit Tashirojima because it shows how Japanese culture integrates superstition, respect for animals, and community identity in unexpected ways that create something truly unique. Koyasan Cemetery, Sacred Forest Graveyard. Okunoin Cemetery at Mount Koya is where 200,000 graves rest beneath towering cryptomeria trees in Japan's most sacred burial ground. This isn't a typical cemetery. It's a pathway through ancient forest where moss-covered monuments and stone lanterns line a 2-kilometer route to the mausoleum of Kobo Daishi, founder of Shingon Buddhism. Believers hold that Kobo Daishi isn't dead, but in eternal meditation, waiting to accompany souls to salvation. Major historical figures, including feudal lords and samurai, chose to be buried here to rest near him. Walking the path, especially at night when 10,000 stone lanterns are lit, creates an atmosphere of profound spiritual presence. Massive 700-year-old cedar trees form a canopy overhead, while hundreds of thousands of stone monuments emerge from thick moss in every direction. Companies even purchase plots here, with corporate monuments standing alongside traditional graves. You must experience this because it represents Japanese Buddhism's heart, not as abstract philosophy, but as living tradition, where past and present coexist in a forest that feels genuinely timeless. Akiyoshido Cave, Underground World. Akiyoshido Cave in Yamaguchi Prefecture is Japan's largest limestone cavern, and stepping inside means entering a completely different realm. The publicly accessible section extends 1 kilometer underground, though the entire cave system stretches nearly 10 kilometers. Formed over 300 million years, this cave was once a coral reef beneath the ocean, before tectonic forces lifted it above sea level. Inside, an underground river, called the Miyako River, flows through chambers up to 200 meters wide and 40 meters high. The formations are spectacular. Towering limestone columns, delicate soda straws hanging from ceilings, and flowstones that look like frozen waterfalls. The Golden Pillar, a 15-meter limestone column, is the cave's most famous feature. The temperature remains constant at 17 degrees Celsius year-round, providing refuge from Japan's summer heat and winter cold. Above ground, the Akiyoshidai Plateau features hundreds of limestone karsts, creating an otherworldly landscape. This is essential viewing because it reveals the hidden geological forces that shaped Japan over hundreds of millions of years. Zao Fox Village, Fox Sanctuary. Zao Fox Village in Miyagi Prefecture is the only place in the world where you can walk freely among over 100 semi-wild foxes, representing 6 different species. Unlike a zoo, the foxes roam freely in a natural forest environment, while visitors walk designated paths through their territory. The facility rescues and cares for foxes, including rare types like the platinum fox and shadow fox, alongside the more common red fox. In Japanese folklore, foxes, kitsune, are magical creatures, messengers of the Inari deity, capable of shape-shifting and possessing wisdom. The village embraces this cultural significance while providing education about real fox behavior and conservation. Hand-feeding opportunities let you interact directly with these beautiful animals, though staff warn that foxes can be nippy and unpredictable. Beyond the free roaming area, a separate petting section houses the friendliest foxes and a few rabbits. Visit in winter when the foxes' coats are thickest and they play in snow, creating impossibly photogenic moments. This is a must-see because it connects Japan's mythological traditions with conservation efforts in an interactive experience found nowhere else. But Japan's hidden world doesn't end here. Beyond these unseen places lies an even deeper layer of unspoken traditions, silent rules, and everyday behaviors that can completely change how you experience the country. The kind of details most travelers never notice until it's too late. If you want to understand what really happens behind the scenes, click on Japan's Most Confusing Social Rules Revealed, because what you don't know in Japan might be the most important thing of all. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and step into the hidden side of the world with Oddly Abroad.